Welcome to Deepfake for Dummies. In this short video, you'll learn about some really basic facts about deepfakes and how you can create one with only minimal effort required.
I have a deep learning, I have a fake, deepfake.
Deepfake is a combination of the words deep learning and fake, in which a person in an existing image or video is replaced with someone else's likeness with resources from social media, internet search engines, e-commerce platforms, and online cinemas.
Think of this technology as a combination of facial motion capture and Photoshop, done by a computer.
Most sources online hint that deepfake originated from a 2014 research by Ian Goodfellow, a PhD student who now works at Apple.
In December 2017, Motherboard broke the news that a Redditor by the name of Deepfakes have figured out how to create face-swapped fake porn, and the AI-assisted tech advanced quickly. By January, not only was there a subreddit dedicated to deepfakes, but there was an app designed to make creating them as easy as possible.
Deepfakes are created with general, generator, generative, neural, tech, architectures.
Deep learning uses training neural networks such as autoencoders and generative adversarial networks, GANs. GANs enable algorithms to go above and beyond regular data classification tasks, for example exception reporting. GANs enable algorithms to perform nonlinear tasks, and this includes image generation.
Between an encoder and decoder, autoencoders sport a bottleneck, which forces the network to recreate these images instead of just returning what it sees. These encodings hypothetically help it capture broader patterns.
In 2019, training can be based on just a few images and done quickly, despite the need to tune tens of millions of parameters using as little as one image. A seasoned GAN can create a video clip of that person. The GAN algorithm involves two separate AIs, one that identifies patterns in images or videos to recreate, let's say, photos of people, and an adversary that tries to guess whether the images are real or fake. Generator neural network, GNN, and discriminator neural network, DNN, will try to distinguish between images that are produced by the generator and the images from the original dataset. In theory, the generator will become increasingly better at creating images that resemble the original images throughout the training, converging at a state where it cannot differentiate between the fake dataset and the original, or rather, the probability that it is a fake approaches 50%.
So what do you need? A YAML configuration file for our model. A source image, this could be for example a portrait. A driving video, best to download a video with a clearly visible face for start.
In the extraction phase, we need a large collection of faces, several hundred to a couple thousand high-quality images featuring different lightings, angles and expressions for the model to eventually place tightly cropped images of each face in the training generations. While new deepfake tools such as Face Swap can do part of the legwork by automating the frame extraction and video frame cropping, they are neither trivial nor fully automated and still require manual tweaking.
At the training stage, the extracted images are afterwards used to train the deepfake neural network. The network can take in an image of one person's face and output an image of the other person's face with the same pose, expression, and illumination. Two mechanisms are at work here. One is the encoder, which compresses an image into a small amount of data, and a decoder, which decompresses the compressed data back into the original image. As mentioned before, during each training step, a random seed is used to generate images. The discriminator is then used to classify real images and fakes images. The mechanism is similar to those of image and video codecs such as JPEG and MPEG. You can stop the training and restart at any point, thanks to backups known as checkpoints. Backing up at around 40,000 iterations and when testing different or more aggressive settings is recommended. This type of machine learning can implode to the point where the model is no longer useful. This collapse is unrecoverable and you'll have to restore from a backup.
Conversion. Conversion follows the training stage. This includes applying the model trained to a specific video, producing a deepfake. Once the model is trained, it can be applied to any video containing the specific people it was trained on. So once you've trained a pair of autoencoders like this, the deepfake step is simple. You switch decoders.
You encode a photo of person A, aka the source image, but then use the person B decoder, aka the driving video, in the decoding step. The result is a reconstructed photo of person B, but with the same head pose and expression as in the original photograph of person A. You can tweak settings that contract or blur the mask, change the coloring of the output, rescale the overlaid image, and more. Expect even cheaper processes to take about 30 minutes each run to convert the frames for a 40 seconds video.
Here are some examples which you can search and visit in your spare time.
Nine sex pass, passion, percent, 96% of deepfakes online, are very poor, no, porno, photograph, hi, hentai.
If you've heard of the 50 rules of the internet, you'll know it's a popular online joke. For example, Rule 1 tells us to not talk about Rules 2 to 33. And Rule 34 states that there is porn of everything. No exceptions.
A report published in October 2019 by Dutch cybersecurity startup Deeptrace estimated that 96% of all deepfakes online were pornographic. 100% of deepfake pornography victims are women, 90% of them Westerners. In other circles, between 81 to 99% are entertainment professionals, and 12% politicians, as on YouTube. All in all, the report quantified 850 people as victims targeted by the deepfake videos in question.
As many as 47% of Americans watch their news through online video content. It is a growing norm across the world for people to now get their news online. With GANs now able to make people dance, clap their hands, and become manipulated like puppets, even the shyest deepfake can have misleading consequences. Anxious about the enormous potential for abuse, lawmakers in California have passed AB 730 in response to fears that manipulated video or audio content will be utilized to spread misinformation in the upcoming presidential elections in the United States in 2020. The bill, entitled Elections, Deceptive Audio or Visual Media, is created to combat deepfakes, which, in recent years, have made it extremely challenging to distinguish real events and actions from fiction and fantasy.
While deepfake tech is still quite expensive, it is becoming increasingly accessible to ordinary bad actors. Here are some of the ways you can avoid the cons of deepfake technology. Having understood the criteria behind source images used to create deepfakes, you'll realize just why you should never upload front-facing photographs onto the public domain. Never also upload still recordings of yourself. This can prove to be difficult, with Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and social media adoption in general, surging towards historical highs. You could run zigzag when you're being recorded. You could use backgrounds with complicated patterns. Being a famous figure certainly doesn't help, so don't be a celebrity if you're not prepared for deepfake attacks at all. And when you receive or see potentially triggering news, don't panic, don't get agitated, and better still, don't respond. Even if your best friend was sharing it with you, you should really consider about where he or she got it. Think more deeply about who or what is the original source of the information. Think of the time, location, and setting of the video. Does it make sense? It always helps to stay calm and do your part in stopping the spread of fake news.
Enough about prevention. How about identifying a deepfake? Well, more primitive deepfakes are known to be unusually smooth, of poorer quality, and don't output teeth very well. Other things to look out for include unusual blinking, unnatural skin color, and again, usually take an immense of time to produce, which therefore, makes it more likely for older footage to be manipulated.
Here are some examples for you to practice your deepfake spotting ability.
Deepfakes, save economy, raise debt.
If the math is right, VFX budgets are normally 10%, plus, minus, of the master budget. Sequels would tend to cost one up over the previous episode. While all of the flashy CGI and VFX cannot be entirely replaced with AI, routine, cosmetic works that are specific to human faces is one area for deepfakes to shine through. And because this is an automated process, VFX man-hours can be saved. In a nutshell, deepfake applications can raise the dead. If you've watched films like Tron, Legacy, Captain Marvel, The Irishman, Rogue One, Gemini Man, you'll realize that digital prosthesis has advanced over the years. And, if you've also watched deepfake videos before, you'll see an instant connection. If low-budget makers can create deepfake videos with compelling results, imagine what a blockbuster studio can do. Here are some use cases we've curated, between 2016 and today, and it extends beyond films and the spectacles we're used to. In medicine, generative adversarial networks have been used to create medical images for making artificial intelligence programs smarter. In museums and education, historical figures can be brought back to life in astonishing detail for audience engagement. In art, GANs can be used to create inspiring paintings. Like the one we see here, an imitation of a Dutch Old Master, which has been auctioned for an unbelievable $432,500.
Deepfake スコーン、スイムタイム、プロセスセッシングパウエル、ダタキ。
So, what do you feed a self-adaptive algorithm that gets increasingly better analysis and patterns with experience or with newly added data? There are two things that are absolutely necessary: a powerful graphics processing unit, otherwise known as a GPU, and consent of the people in the footage and/or images you are manipulating. But really, the only limiting factors which really matter to a deepfake's video quality is graphics processing power and time.
You can use any computer to program, and a rather good computer for deep learning. So, unless you have a large budget, borrowing GPU hours via cloud services should set you and your deepfake project in the right direction for only a few dollars per 1,000 learning iterations every 3 hours.
I'm sure there are plenty of live examples like these online. But here's a few to make your search a little easier if you're looking for deepfakes trained and converted on the cloud.
Alright, boys and girls, this is where the fun begins. We are going to create our own deepfakes, so here are some links for you to start messing around with. Tutorial video coming up ahead.
「夢を追って傷ついて」「嘘が下手なくせに」「笑えない笑顔を見せた」「I love you もろくに言わない」「口下手で不器用なのにどうしてさよならは言えたのダメだねダメよダメなのよあんたが好きで好きすぎて
Now that you already know how deepfakes are made, share with us your deepfake creations if you've achieved something already, and don't forget to like, comment, and share this video if it's helped you.
Thank you for watching Deepfakes for Bakaero.